area, how come Vietnamese isn't an option? No, there really are. It's the third most spoken language in Texas.
Uncle John.
There you go. Any other?
Doma.
All right, I think we're back. We are back! All right, so I get a Waiting for Godot vibe from this script. I would bet dollars to donuts that's intentional based on the title. I'm sure the writer intended that. Are y'all familiar with Waiting for Godot? Yeah, I mean, so do you get that same sense of confusion, like hesitation, we're not sure what's going on?
I'm not sure what to do and how to proceed.
But then you said that it does become clearer later on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I would ask for notes, but I don't think we're doing notes on shared stuff. So thank you for that. And let's do our last piece question, which is Beyond Vision, and that is going to be Yan and Lena and Sai.
3 readings.
Are you reading most of it and she's doing some extra lines? Yeah, get closer to that side so you can kind of...
I'll just scream at you.
I could put this one.
Which one is me?
I think I'll make her. That's my
Two
guess.
female.
Who's on first?
What's on second?
I don't know who's on third.
All right. So this will be our last script of the evening, and again, just as a reminder, we do have the space until 10. Nobody is allowed to leave. Well, no, I'm kidding. If you'd like to stay and talk with the writers and pick their brains, you're encouraged to do so. And writers likewise, if you'd like to get more feedback, clarification on a note, any questions for our readers, anything like that, you're welcome to do so. And again, thank y'all for coming out. I really appreciate everybody's talent and craft and time. Readers, are we ready?
Edgar and Gertrude and Lillian.
I guess go with Gertrude. And that's the original one.
Okay, good to go. All right. Brandon, we're good? Okay. Interior bedroom, night, Super Hopkinsville, Kentucky, 1912. A single candle flickers beside the bed. Outside, wind rattles the loose windows of the small Kentucky farmhouse. Inside, Gertrude Case paces barefoot across the wooden floor, holding a wet cloth to the forehead of her young son, Hugh. She checks his breathing. Shallow, strained. Edgar Case, 30s, lies in bed, barely conscious. Gertrude gently lays Hugh down next to Edgar. She brushes Edgar's hair back and his eyelids flutter.
I can try reading.
No, rest.
If it's given to me, it's not mine to refuse.
Edgar, rest. You need your energy.
She rushes to the kitchen. Interior kitchen, night, continuous. Lillian Evans, 20, sits at a table, nervously shelling peas into a bowl.
How are they?
Worse. The fever's stronger. I think it's the infection is severe.
Gertrude soaks clean rags in a basin of water.
Well, Edgar give a read,
If he does, it could kill him.
but you would save your boy, Gertie.
I know. But Edgar.
Gertrude wrings out the cloth and heads to the bedroom. Interior bedroom, night. Gertrude kneels at Edgar's bedside, holds his hands and closes her eyes.
Father, we seek not our will.
I can try.
Edgar, I don't think so. You're already worn out from weeks of constant readings.
Gertie, please,
Gertrude feels her son's forehead.
He's warmer.
please, Gertie. I can't do it without you.
Gertrude subtly shakes her head down.
Gertrude, we have to say,
What if your prediction is wrong?
we must try. It's the right thing to do.
Gertrude takes a deep breath and ponders. Edgar's breathing slows into stillness, silence, a trance.
Edgar, we're here with our boy. He's ill. He might die. What can be done to save him?
The infection must be drawn out. Prepare a poultice with wild comfrey root. Wrap the chest. Cool compress at the brow.
Gertrude grabs the pen and paper by the bed.
Good. That's enough. Rest, Edgar.
She scribbles the instructions, trembling, then rushes to the kitchen. All right.
How are we with audio, with them being on the table instead? Is that okay?
It's too late now, isn't it?
I'm asking for future reference.
I think you made a good call. I like it.
All right, so let's talk about your acting experience, your experience as readers, as actors, connecting with the script. And my sense was it was a very different process than with Waiting on Henry. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah.
So it seemed to me that the sense of immediacy, the stakes, you latched onto it right away.
Also very sad. It's a very sad story. Both of the son and the father.
So what particularly connected with you?
Well, going into trances, that makes sense. It feels very old school Kentucky, backwoods, kind of supernatural. So growing up in the South and that kind of stuff, kind of healer, it kind of feels like a lot of the stuff I grew up watching. That felt pretty cool.
Nice. So that's a background you can draw upon. Yeah, that's good sense memory stuff. And how about for our women? Were there elements that connected with you particularly?
For me, I think it's just sad. I feel sad.
So just the emotional vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could, for me personally, I could just remember Raina when she was, young and having a fever and stuff like that. So that's what I automatically went back to.
Yeah, also I can picture the husband and the son laying on the bed and the wife laying on the bed. I can picture that scene in bedroom. It's real good.
Yeah, it was very visual. Reading was very visual, and I would definitely want to sit there and work on the voice for this one. Like the other ones kind of felt more easy. This one, the exhaustion, the tiredness, getting into that, I'd want to work a couple of different things and then see what the director wanted, play with it a lot more to get that exhaustion piece in.
So let's finish tonight. Let's finish tonight with a general question. I'm going to throw this out to
One
all.
second. Did Birthday Bench get written?
Do what?
Did Birthday Bench get read? I'm sorry. The one that was with Nick and Lena, I think.
Did we
That
skip
was
that?
about a birthday cake.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't
No.
honestly
We didn't
know.
do anything about birthday cake.
No.
Okay, Sheridan said let's not skip that one. That was the only one left, I think.
Oh my gosh, my bad. I will. Yeah.
There's another.
Table the question I'm about to ask
One
about
moment.
writing and acting. We got one more. My apologies. Birthday Bench.
I think that's the last one, though.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And yes, that is Nick and Lena.
Okay, perfect. I like your clip-on style. Yeah, works for me. Perfect.
Is that air?
Okay. All right. Exterior park day. Emma, a woman in her late 30s, sits at a park bench on a hill overlooking a playground. She is hunched over holding a white box with a birthday cake in it. Insert birthday cake. Pink icing written on cake. Happy 4th birthday, Gabby. Devin, a man in his late 30s, approaches the bench. He stands to the side of the bench. Emma doesn't look up to acknowledge him. He sighs and sits down on the opposite side. They sit in silence.
They ran out of strawberry.
What kind of cake place runs out of strawberry?
I thought you would be here too.
Sorry, flight got delayed. There was a storm forming when we were about to take off. Where is everyone?
Emma sighs and checks her phone. She tosses it on the bench.
Jess has Gabby. Summer and all of them are at her house. She was going to bring them over here. I ran and got the cake from the grocery store. They were all out of goddamn strawberry, so I had to do vanilla instead. She's gonna hate me.
Devin reaches out to console her. She wipes her nose with her sleeve. Two young boys play with toys near the playground.
Don't know why they didn't have strawberry.
Another check came back for the mortgage.
Devin shifts around uncomfortably. He withdraws his arm from behind him.
That's odd.
Yeah, that's pretty odd.
I think those checks are to a different old account I don't use anymore.
Come on.
The boys notice Emma is mad. They don't understand what is happening, but sense tension and awkwardly move away.
Can you please can we go somewhere else?
No, I need to know what's going on now. Jess is waiting for me to call her to tell her my wonderful husband is here and we are all just waiting for him, and Gabby is probably confused right now and
She starts to tear up. A male college student wearing a backpack passes by. He stares at them as he walks by. They both stare back and he speeds up, walking past them.
I thought you paid off the collectors with the money my mom gave you.
That's just, this ain't like a one and done thing. You get some debt and it piles up.
There's more?
I didn't know how to tell you.
This is your best way of telling me then? What else are you lying about? What about all those trips to Vancouver for work? What were you doing then? Were you gambling? Were you with Claire from accounting? What the hell were you doing?
I just thought it would all be over by now.
Me too.
Emma shakes her head. She plops the cake down on the bench in between them. The jostling causes the lid to smear the icing.
Oh, God.
She tries to tidy up the icing on the cake with her finger, frantically licking her finger and wiping away the icing on her shirt.
It's gonna look worse.
She sighs and puts her head in her hands.
I need to call Jess. We can't have them come here. That's ridiculous.
Why not? They won't know what's going on. They're 4.
I mean, I need to go home and make some calls or something.
Some calls?
Yes, some freaking calls. I can't keep doing this with you.
She picks up the cake. She stares at she stares at it, messy with the frosting on the sides of the box and the word smeared.
I can't keep doing this.
Devin sighs and looks away. Emma sniffles, closes the lid to the cake, and gets up. She grabs her purse.
I'm going to Jess.
She walks off screen. Devin sits at the bench in silence. Fade out. Yeah, so, man, a lot of heavy emotion, but punctured with the comic business with the cake, which is great. It's a wonderful contrast, and I love it when writers successfully pull it off, and I think it's successfully pulled off here. So yeah, a lot of stakes, some really heavy emotion in a short time. There's a couple uses of omniscient voice, which is another one of those sticking points where if you ask one writer, it's a problem. If you ask another writer, they're fine with it. It's just something I think you want to be careful of. I think there's different ways. There's different ways to do it. Omniscient voice, for those who don't know, is when you talk about in action something that hasn't been spelled out or elicited, that the writer knows about, but the audience or the reader does not yet know about, and that's how they reveal it. And it's considered a bit of a faux pas because there's other ways to exposit that information. And then again, with the technical direction, you don't necessarily need it. With some of the action, some of it might be implied. But the cake as a visual metaphor is great. I mean, the cake in the park out in the rain. There's a reason it's a great cliche. It's because it works. What did people like? What did people like? What appealed to them? What do they want to see more of?
slowly smearing and fucking up as the
Conversation does.
deteriorating. So clever.
Yeah, yeah, it's great symbolism. I agree. What else do people like?
I like the slow build tension, although I love the drop that like all of a sudden, where's Claire come from? It's like, wow, okay, there's a lot more going on here than I understood. Bookies, Claire. I was waiting for her to smash the cake in his face.
Would it be too on the nose to come in with the Arthur Park at the end?
Right. Donna Summer singing it out.
I don't think you need it from accounting. I think you just do Claire.
Yeah.
Even just a woman's name is powerful.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree. I thought a lot of
that
that.
implication.
I thought a lot of that exposition could be tightened and was a little on the nose. You're already building. You don't need to spell it out.
Yeah.
I think it's clear.
Yeah.
Anything else that could be improved in rewrites? Awesome. Well, thank you. And then my question for the actors before we wrap up: what are you as actors looking for from writers? What connects to you in writing? What speaks to you? What do you do when you look at a script and you go, oh, I love it when a writer does X? What's that X for you?
I think subverting expectations, that's what makes a bigger depth of a character. It's one thing where it's like, I'm a bumbling, like, mistake-ridden person, but then it's like, oh, then this has this redeeming quality, or showing this, where I can show dynamics where I'm not just playing a stereotype. I think is a good way of, or that's usually what I'm in writing.
So playing against expectations, subverting expectations.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say I absolutely love it whenever the character is given like a reference point. Now, I know a lot of actors will absolutely hate that because that may interfere with their process. But I love it whenever if he's unhinged, Bugs Bunny, like a Bugs Bunny motherfucker, saying like that, you're like, oh, I can be chaotic with this character. That's where the intent is, or like a stoic, using something to kind of what energy is this character supposed to be. But a lot of actors hate it.
What do you mean by a reference point?
Whenever describing the character, sometimes I'll say mid-20s, Caucasian, in a blazer. I'm like, well, yeah, but I'd rather mid-20s looking like a mix of Mick Jagger and maybe move like him, something like that is making me think of, okay, if I'm going to play in this world that they're trying to create, it's their sandbox too, and I'd like to know how they imagined it. But if they don't have anything, I'm like, oh, I've got to bring something. I got to make this all up. I enjoy that, but it's fun when there's a vision.
Gotcha. So you like the specificity.
I enjoy it.
You don't feel handcuffed.
Being handcuffed can be fun too.
It depends the specificity. Often it can help you, there can be a gap sometimes when the writer is imagining something, but not wanting to give a concrete reference, to not box somebody in, but then you aren't necessarily able to meet their expectations because they haven't communicated that concrete reference. So I think that there is somewhere in the middle there where they're able to communicate the reference while not marrying themselves to it, and that gives kind of the actor kind of a second off point.
In context matters to me. Like doing this, you want to bring energy to it so that the writer can get an idea from the table read, oh, that doesn't work, or that does work. I mean, in a full script and you're going to go give a pitch or spec, you might want to take all that out so that you're not insulting an actor. But for something like this where you're working through it, it kind of helps give something an energy to pull through.
Well, as a writer, I'm with you on specificity. I think good character descriptions are an art form in and of themselves. And it ain't easy because there's only so many adjectives in the English language. You can only use them in so many ways. I'm going back to William Goldman again, but my God, the man did so many things well, and what he did, and I'm going to refer back to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, because his character descriptions are the bar is so high for what he did with those, so specific, but not too specific, and just so much meat to work with. So writers, take note.
I also think distinct voices, like some scripts, a lot of characters all sound the same, the way they talk, the way that their speech patterns are, and it can make it difficult to read or watch eventually. And so I think having really unique voices for your characters that are motivated by proper choices helps really develop something. Not that you have to strictly tell a writer or tell an actor rather what it is, but I think you give them a framework to put a skin on and figure out how to build something that's unique and powerful in a collaboration.
And it doesn't take much. Like one specific vocabulary word, one specific means of phrasing can convey a ton of information. If I use the phrase might could, you instantly know that character is from West Texas, because that's a West Texas ism. I'm from Chicago. I write a lot of characters from Chicago. I throw in a lot of very specific Chicago references, but not too much because it's spice, you know. And if you overspice it, it's over the top. It's on the nose, but a little bit goes a long way and gives your actors a lot of information. Thanks, y'all. This is a lot of fun. I had tons of fun hosting this. I hope you had fun too. Thank you for coming back.
And thank you to everyone who came out and watched online, for sure. Appreciate you. It would be more fun than it was.
Yeah, it beeped it.
She'll come for them momentarily.
I don't know if it's engineering for everyone else, but it seems to be.
Did you turn them off before stopping the recording? Or did you stop recording and then just turn them off? Well, hope that works, because I've never done it. But this is why on a film set, it's good to let your sound person take your own.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true. If
You are right.
If I had done what I just did on set, I would have gotten yelled at.
Well, don't take my laws off. So many people like rip the cords on the laws.
Yeah.
The sound guy's taking them off.
Yeah. No, those.
You,
On set, you don't fuck with the props and you don't fuck with the mics.
Oh no, writer? How many scripts?